Welcome, Jonathan.
Hello, welcome back from your holiday.
I know, right? I spent so much time in Vegas. We're going to bet all odds on SolidWorks Red this week.
I heard.
That works very in line with our guest for today. But it's episode 108. How are you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing well, mate. How are you? I'm glad to see you back on British soil safely after your Vegas escapades.
Yes.
Did you bet red or black, though? That's the question.
I never played the tables. Actually, I did. But I lost $4. I was that terrified. But it's okay. I put $1 in a slot machine, won $60, and that was my big winnings of the week.
That's not bad.
But speaking of Las Vegas, we got the SolidWorks user group leader of Las Vegas, Raquell Verri, with us.
Welcome.
How are you doing?
Hello. Hi.
Welcome this lovely evening for you, lunchtime.
Yes. I just gotta say real quick, I really liked your question about betting on red or black and the whole in line with SolidWorks Red.
I know, right?
Very clever.
It's like I had 11 hours on a plane not doing anything. But yes, welcome.
You've done well with the title, Kirby.
I know, right? I know, it's amazing. I should do this more often. But Raquel, for people that don't know who you are, tell us a bit about yourself and how you got involved with the SolidWorks community.
Okay, please stop me if I get long-winded because I like to talk, but a little nervous, of course. All right, so who am I? I like to introduce myself as a creative human. I might be switching that over to adventurer soon because I think they can kind of mesh together. But what I do is I'm a senior mechanical engineer at Aristocrat Technologies. They design slot machines. I was actually going to ask you if you know what machine you were on that you bet and won money, because that would be kind of crazy if it was.
I can't remember. It had like a dragon on it. I can't remember. There was a bunch of people sitting there. I put $5 on, did a $1 bet, won $60, checked out, walked away, pissed all 6 people on that machine off.
That's really funny. We do have Dragon Link, so there's a chance it could have been an Aristocrat machine, which would be kind of crazy. Sorry if it was only $60 though. No. But yeah, so I am a senior mechanical engineer and I design slot machines, of course, with the team. The primary focus when designing a slot machine is sheet metal, plastic injection mold, aluminum die cast, and then like lighting, which I like clearly, my screen behind me. Yeah, ever since I graduated college in 2018, I actually got my job before I graduated. So I've been only in this industry my professional life. And I guess my internship was working with food, but it's funny because I feel like I am like the poster child for what SWUG community does. I got my job because I met someone named Ryan Pretty as a student attending the Nashville SWUG meetings.
Oh yeah, Ryan, absolute legend of a man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He might still, I don't know if he's still hosting Nashville events, but yeah, I was a student. I was attending SWUG for like 2 years. I did some presentations that I would say were terrible. But yeah, it's funny because my professor Rudy Otway and Ryan Pretty, they were hosts to the Nashville SWUG. And I was standing next to Rudy. Ryan walks up. He's like, "Hey, Rudy, do you have any seniors graduating? Aristocrat is hiring." And Rudy just points to me. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm Raquel. You've met me many times." And
all right.
Yeah, it was kind of history after that. So
yeah,
I've been here since.
Every 2 years or so, Rudy brings a bunch of students over to the UK and I host them at my company.
Oh my God.
And show off our facility and that and help him out with some stuff. So he was here about 2 months ago.
Oh my God. That makes me so happy. That makes me very, very happy that they're plugged in.
Yeah. So you also run the user group network for Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is that also how you got involved with that? Just going to 3D Experience World and that kind of thing?
Oh, okay. So there's a little bit of story behind this too. So of course, like I have this love for the SWUG community. I mean, I'm literally very appreciative of it. Every time I attended SolidWorks User, or sorry, every time I attended 3DX World, not SolidWorks World, I always left being like, oh, like I wish the Vegas community was stronger and thriving. Like I miss that. I miss it. I miss it. And then you guys know Dan Herzberg, correct?
Yes. I think he's in the chat with us.
He's hiding in the chat.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout you out because I asked a question in one of the classes. He was wearing a red SolidWorks shirt or sweater, and he answered and provided a full presentation to help me get my answer for what I needed. It was about master modeling. And then later, I accidentally attended one of his classes. And I don't know, after him, I was like, after that class, I was like, hey, you're super well, like, you're very eloquent. You seem to know what you're doing. I have considered being a SolidWorks user group leader, but I'm not sure, like, da-da-da-da-da. And then next thing you know, I guess at some SolidWorks user group dinner, it was mentioned. Then Brad Meter Tank sent my contact information to Jose. And then next thing I know, I have a contact to Jose about being a SolidWorks user group leader for Vegas. And I actually thought about it for like maybe a couple months, definitely a couple months. And then when I, of course, meeting Dan Herzberg, and I hope I'm not butchering your last name. I'm sorry if I am.
Yeah.
But
I hope not, because that's how I've been saying it.
Okay.
That's how we all say it.
Like after that SolidWorks, this was 2024? No, 2025. This was the 2025 SolidWorks, 3DX World. He mentioned that he and the community hosts the summer festival in Boston. And I'm like, hey, I'm actually going to kind of be around there. When are you doing this? And I actually went to Boston and attended the SWUG meeting there.
Nice.
And then that's when I met Dan and Matt, and just the community just like really like kicked up that fire. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And like a couple of months later, had a chat with Jose. And then, yeah, I think my first SolidWorks user group meeting was last October, and then did October, November, January, SWUG, not SWUG. I keep getting SWUG and 3DX World mixed up, but then attended 3DX World. And yeah, so it's been a long time coming. Still a lot to go.
So you were attending 3D Experience World before being involved with the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got roped into the madness. That's his community.
Madness is correct. No, I'm just kidding.
It's quite fascinating. I mean, my first 3D Experience World, I was speaking to user group people and kind of said to them, similar to yourself, it's like, oh, I wish there was some sort of community stuff like this in London. Mm-hmm. There was a group, but they not active anymore. Basically, they turned to me and said, do you want to do it? And I didn't realize, basically straight up asked, I didn't know I was allowed to do that. So
yes.
like that.
Yes.
It's almost 10 years I've been doing the SolidWorks user group in London.
10 years?
Amazing.
Yeah, next year will be 10 years I've been running it.
That's amazing.
So your first when was your first 3D Experience World?
If I recall, my first 3DX World was post-college. I don't remember if the 2020 got canceled. Do you guys
2020
remember?
went through, was like, it was like a month before COVID.
I think that was my first one because I lived in Nashville. Yeah. I think I may have attended 2 in Nashville. I should have done research. But
the second one in Nashville was 2023.
Okay. Then I went to 2020 and then I went to 2023, 2024, 2025.
Yeah. 5 was last year.
5th one. Maybe this is my 5th. This past one may have been my 5th. My bad.
What would you be your favorite 3D Experience World out of all of those?
We get so many answers for this.
It's always interesting because like what I want to find that's fascinating is only the past, like this world that you've been really involved with the community. So you've experienced World as just an attendee, not as a community member.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to hear kind of your perspective on the events.
Okay.
What would be your favorite?
I think that this is the way I'm going to say it. This past one in February, I think was my favorite. There's no doubt about being involved and being the community. But I think I had a lot of more favorite moments from the previous year, 2024, because that's when things were starting to brew, if you will. But nothing beats kind of seeing behind the scenes, hanging out with, spending time with people who are, I would say, are legends in the community, if you will. And let alone the Houston Space Center event. Like, yeah, that was iconic. Yeah.
I mean, in Nashville, I enjoyed the shutdown of Broadway. That was a lot of fun, but
that was really fun. Seeing a bunch of drunk nerds just go crazy on the karaoke, that's really fun. Probably sober nerds too.
Not us.
Yeah, it's the hotel bar nights where you're talking to so many different people and networking and just being introduced to so many people is always so much fun. And I mean, that's where I finally got to actually have a conversation with you, was there, and then basically led to this whole conversation. And it's always fun to connect and network with new people and people with different backgrounds in that.
Can I actually say, can I tell you why I felt comfortable enough to approach you, minus the awesome band t-shirt where I was like praying you were a Sleep Token fan? The second reason was because I think I had heard your name a couple times, but it wasn't until being in the WhatsApp group that I saw people snap a picture of you doing a talk about ADHD, like your ADHD chat. And I regret not attending, but just knowing that conversation was being brought up, I was like, okay, there, like, some people are validating this experience and I want to connect with them if there's that chance.
Well, I mean, fun fact, the idea of that whole talk came from that bar a year before, after a few too many whiskeys, just talking to people and be like, why is no one doing this? And someone truly basically just like, why don't you do it? I was like, okay. And then like 3 months before World, she's like, do you remember that conversation in the bar that you had? I was like,
no.
And just led up to that. But no, it's really awesome. It's good. I plan to do that conversation again next year.
Good. Even like me sat in the audience supporting Kirby was a good thing to watch. I actually said after it made me understand him better.
I gotta watch the recap. I apologize, I haven't yet. If it got recorded.
It did. Not visuals, just my screen.
Okay.
I did a second running of it a couple of weeks ago for a user group meeting as well. But yeah, I'm going to just adapt it a bit and do it again next year is my overall plan. But having those conversations, like I said, we get to meet people in different industries all over the world. And I think your industry that you work in with the Aristocat Gaming Technologies is very interesting in that you're designing slot machines. And mentioning that you're a mechanical designer, slot machines are originally all mechanical machines. Yeah. And now it's all just digitals. I mean, like I said, I was in Vegas last week myself, and it's all pretty bright lights, and it's all screens that people are like whacking at because they.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that brings out the like.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of, what are you aiming to design for these days with slot machines versus making them work mechanically? Now it's just a big screen.
Let me talk about the process, at least here. I don't know if any of our competitors do the same. I assume so. So first, the concept of a slot machine is contracted out by an industrial designing company. So they are supposed to take into consideration ergonomics, comfortability, maybe filling in a gap in the market, like whatever. But when whatever they do. But my team, we get a pretty picture and we're told to make it line to line. Sometimes they don't necessarily consider standard off the shelf like printers and acceptors, and we'll have to kind of push back a little bit and say, hey, we need space here, we need space here. That's common, but a lot of times the aesthetic and quality outweigh a lot of things. So the product managers, those teams, those people in leaderships are the ones to define what it looks like. There's also two different types of gaming. There's class 2 gaming and class 3 gaming. Class 2 gaming, and it's like when you press the button, it's playing one full round of bingo. They call that bingo based. Then class 3 gaming is random number generator. So from what I believe, when it comes to the reels mechanism, like you're pulling the handle and you're doing the reels, that is that class 2 gaming. I think most commonly that is on like Native American reservations, and then wherever they are kind of filtered through the states, the world. There's a ton of regulations about all of it, and I'm not an expert by any means, but ever since I started working on it, it's all been screens. We've had like maybe one machine to take the existing old real mechanical wheel like design, and we basically copied it, made it like fancier, and then like replaced it. So those old machines get out and then the new machine gets put in, I believe. So but the majority of the projects I've worked on have all been that digital screen. And I will say my favorite part of it is the lighting. Like if there wasn't lighting, I don't know if I would have ever considered being a part of gaming and slot machines. But yeah, we definitely, it's ergonomics, quality, aesthetics, and of course functionality. My favorite part has to be designing a machine that is tamper-proof. And you mentioned someone banging on the monitor or banging on the button. Like the way that we test these machines is actually quite fun. We're thinking of like you know, drunk adults and what they're capable of, what a 350-pound person is capable, and fitting that to the smallest human as well. But yeah, we tested to make sure that like if you stand on the button deck and jump, that the door is not opening or you're not breaking the Gorilla Glass that is on top. The glass that your cell phones are used it's Gorilla Glass, because we have to accommodate people jumping and slamming on the buttons and punching the monitor when they're mad. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's fun.
Kirby, did you test the screen strength while you were away? Although if you won,
I was not
bad.
I was not tap dancing on the buttons.
Not that you remember.
I've seen it. We've seen videos. Sometimes like a really like unique one will kind of get passed around through the office, like people picking up a chair and throwing it at the machine. I like seen actual videos of this happening. And
you see it bounce off and you're looking like, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could say that, but yeah. I feel like I've worked on a lot of small parts on a lot of different machines. So yeah, I'm just now getting into a new product where I'm doing like the majority of the design for like at least the housing. So I'm really excited.
Well, like Abe Gibo says, drunk adults and grilled grass sound like a party. So we've got people here from Brazil, from the mountains.
Hello.
Passage jumped in.
Oh, what's up?
People here
That's
to
awesome.
have a good time.
Talking about
pretending
good times,
like
Kirby.
they don't exist.
But yeah,
right
the lights, pretty lights, and like it's kind of the way that I choose beer. In terms of if I go to craft brewery, it's like whichever one looks the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how I would
choose
which ones I go for.
It's funny because a lot of people, I realize they are more appealing. They're more appealed to a machine based off the content. So if it's like Britney Spears or Madonna, or if it's Buffalo, like people will cheer. I think it's, I don't know. people will cheer Buffalo, and that's like a very common thing in the gaming community, it sounds like. So content also is a good, I guess it helps people get put in the seat essentially. And that always surprised me because I'm so isolated and kind of siloed into what does it look like? What gap is here that the player can't see? All that kind of stuff.
So it's a lot to think about. I mean, I feel like that's kind of me when I'm looking at a 3D printed part because I'm so engrossed in that environment. I spot all the flaws. I'll go to like a gift shop and I'll see this corner of just 3D printed tat, just see kids falling, wanting it and screaming at their parents that they want this 3D printed dragon. They cost $25 and be like, it's pennies that to make it. Met Raquel World briefly and she's a badass. Yes, can confirm.
That's high praise from the Ed.
Oh wow. Yes, I've heard Ed's name before. I remember you.
He's
nice.
Unforgettable. He's Ed.
Yeah, and that was really cool about the last SOLIDWORKS World. It's like being a part of the community, standing there, learning even the history of the Las Vegas SWG group, not really knowing, and coming up with those ideas. It was the most social I'd been in multiple years, but it was the most like refreshed I left as well, feeling like on fire, which was very nice.
Yeah, it's what we usually would say is that you go to 3D Experience World, you leave there exhausted but energized.
Right. Okay. That was my experience for sure.
It's difficult to explain that when you get home. You're like, that was amazing. I'm full of energy, but I'm exhausted, and people don't understand.
It's physical tiredness, mentally ready to do more.
Yeah.
It fires you up to want to do a lot more. But one thing that I think you attended and were part of as well is the Women in Engineering meetups that they have at 3D Experience World.
Yeah.
Like, I've over the past couple of years, that is becoming more and more of a prevalent meetup that a lot more people are going to. It's getting bigger. How important do you find having that kind of meetup at the event? For not just for women to attend, but anybody to attend?
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate you letting me know you wanted to ask something related to this because there are so many thoughts I have to answer that. Like, why is it important? Like, to give a little bit of insight here too, at my company, we have employee impact groups and all different kinds. We have cultural ones, we have identity ones, and then there's gendered ones to help with the DI initiatives, right? So I was previously on the leadership for our Women in Tech group. And I've spent a considerable amount of my time, the last 3 years, as the event coordinator and membership coordinator. So knowing that there are platforms, I think is very important. But so when I step away from the things that I've been involved with in this silo and go to this one over here, one, it makes me excited because I feel like it can bring so much information and share it with people that may have never heard your experiences being normalized, if that makes sense. So So it's important because it's a platform to empower others. It's important because everyone is dealing with imposter syndromes, but I think women specifically deal with imposter syndrome, and normalizing it and not feeling like all the pressure's on you to overperform or something related to that. I think it brings leadership skills and kind of like what we've talking about, the community for SWG, the community of women in tech, you leave that room a little bit better of a person, no matter who you are. You either leave a better ally, you leave wanting to empower more women. You hear about experiences that you may have already gone through and conquered. And I think one of the best phrases I've ever heard that impacted me. I don't know who, I think it was Michelle Obama, but it's like her life legacy wasn't being the first. It was being the first and turning around and reaching back and bringing more people. And then if that person turns around, brings back more people, then you have like this ladder to overcome all of these obstacles and adverse obstacles. I should just leave that up there. So just being in a melting pot of people, different cultures, different experiences, men, women, non-binary people, it's just, you leave that room being a better person and more, I don't know, experienced. So I think that's why it's so important. Yeah.
It's amazing. And interesting analogy there that you're saying, that kind of not being the first, but bringing people with. I always try and make sure the opportunities I've given, I try and give those same opportunities to someone else, which is why I enjoy being part of the Swaggin communities.
Yeah,
it's a platform to grow that, and being the committee rep for Europe, I can help other groups grow and try and get them to experience this kind of excitement that you and energizing that you can get.
Yeah, and I'll be honest too. So, like I said, so me being fresh out of school, entering the gaming industry, I mean, of course, it's already male dominated, but then there's like, it's Vegas, like, I don't know the right word to use other than like some situations. I remember leaving being like, was that normal experience? And then I'm like, oh, you know what? And I just justified, whether it's me, my education, my life experience, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not trying to bring in negativity, but like as a woman in a male dominated field, you do experience things that you might leave a little uncomfortable, or you might leave being like, what? So it wasn't until I met two really empowering women in engineering at work that we just kind of got together and just kind of talked. And it made me learn, it made me realize how many experiences I'm like, oh, I should have probably set a boundary there, or I should have maybe done something and not let that slip by. But I converted it into it being a me thing. Like I misunderstood, I misinterpreted the situation, and I took it on for myself.
I wonder if that's kind of like an ADHD thing, because an ADHD person will always be like, oh, you sighed very aggressively. What did I do wrong?
Yes, being very sensitive to managing people around you, 100%. So, and not only being women, maybe having ADHD, well, I'm definitely diagnosed, but people-pleasing tendencies, all of that kind of stuff, being young. Like there's so many things that I'm like, oh, you know what? That was probably a me thing. But in hindsight, it's because I had these like really strong, powerful, badass women that had already experienced a lot of what I was talking about, that turned around and was like, hey, no, like that wasn't normal. And I've done the same in return, like, hey, that wasn't normal. And yeah, like validating someone's experience for themselves has been very important, has been extremely important in a professional sense. So that is another reason why I do feel passionate about these women tech groups, because a lot of people are experiencing a lot of the same things that aren't necessarily normal. So yeah, having a community to give you that empowerment to set a boundary or say, hey, no, that was normal. That's just how it is, or something like that. It's very, very important.
It's good. I guess having so many strong women in the Swaggin community also helps to get that outside perspective, because you could be tunnel visioned in your industry, but seeing what's being done in other industries could help figure out, like you said, if it's just an industry thing or if it's something bigger that needs to be looked at.
Right. But yeah, I'm really appreciative to the women in my life that have helped me, and then turning around and being able to pour into other people as well. And yeah, I think yeah.
It's really cool. I mean, I saw a lovely picture of you on a cover of the, what was it called? The Tech Alley magazine.
Oh, yeah.
And Tech Alley, is that like a monthly meetup thing there in Vegas?
Yes. Okay. And that was if I would have thought in advance, I would have actually suggested you to attend it if it was going on while you were here. So just another quick story. So when I went to Boston to attend the SOLIDWORKS Summer Festival, shout out Dan again. I got to go to a really amazing makerspace called Artisan Asylum. And again, just seeing that, I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish we had this in Vegas. So leaving super empowered to become a swag leader, heading back to Vegas, I'm researching every makerspace that's ever, like anything that has makerspace. I'm reaching out to them. I'm asking them questions. And a lot of them didn't really survive past COVID. So I met a really awesome person involved in the community, just like the Las Vegas community. And she mentioned Tech Alley. And I said, what is that? It's like, oh, for the last 5 years in Vegas, every third Saturday, entrepreneurs, tech people meet up for a free resource. So it starts at 10 a.m., it ends at 4 p.m. And it's basically kind of like a small SOLIDWORKS world. You have blocks of classes. You have 3 blocks of classes, and each block you have like 4 or 5 different options. Yes, this is great. So they've been doing this for free for the past 4 or 5 years at this point. I attended one, I think it was in August. I attended the one in August. Wanted to see what it was about. And then I approached the guy. His name is Josh. Really awesome. He's kind of the, oh wait, is his name here?
That's the experts.
Okay. I just approached Josh. Is like, hey, I've been wanting to host this SOLIDWORKS user group. And he's like, we're looking for people to host things. And he's like, okay, let's do it like next month, or let's do it in October. You can have this spot in October. And yeah, like it's I think about 100 people attend. Probably it fluctuates as the time goes on. Like I said, it starts at 10, ends at 4. There's free lunch. And yeah, just crazy communities. There's a lot of coding. Once again, I think it's based in entrepreneurship, lots of tech stuff. And yeah, I've hosted 3 with them, October, November, and in January. And yeah, here's kind of a schedule. Hang on, this looks like the Henderson one, maybe.
This one's in May.
Interesting, because wait, oh, that's okay. That's the year celebration. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, I should attend that. But it's just a really cool.
There's a link in the chat if you need that.
I'm glad you turned up now.
Yeah, the only caveat with this and the SOLIDWORKS user community is the existing community. They don't like to go out on Saturdays. So all of the events I have hosted have been people who don't actively use SOLIDWORKS. So I've had to actually change what I'm presenting to people who have basically no experience. And it's fun because I get to shout out like the SOLIDWORKS Makers License or the SOLIDWORKS
that's great.
Yeah, the startup license and stuff. So yeah, it's really fun.
Have you connected with Mike Puckett?
Yes. And I didn't meet him until after SOLIDWORKS World Day, everyone kind of mingling at the downstairs hotel lobby. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, not only are you super cool, but you have like a cool amount of connections and a spirit to push people, like, I don't know, a spirit to have unique events.
Yeah, he's always super supportive, especially around the certifications.
Yes.
Helping out, doing that stuff. I mean, even just attending attending events, he's just for decades been passionate about the user communities and that stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's good that there's these kind of events. There's kind of one in London called Clerkenwell Design Week that I've been trying to inject myself in, because that's in the like design center of London. And that's, various different offices and design studios showcase their stuff, and they have classes. And like the kind of the center in the middle is like a church where they have different like exhibitions and all that stuff that you can go look at. So I've been trying to get a SOLIDWORKS user group involved there. I mean, you mentioned that, and it's interesting to see that also there in Vegas, that trying to get people out on the weekend, maybe even after hours, is tricky. We're finding the same problem here, where people just don't want to go out after work these days. Either they're working from home, so it's kind of, that means they've got to go out.
Yes. So
we're trying to toy with the idea now of let's get these people out during lunchtime or for an afternoon. Get that mentality of you're someone at work. There's this thing you can go to, allows you to leave work early, get some free food.
Yeah. Oh, I think so Brad and Adam, who did Iron Slug West Coast, who did West Coast Iron Slug last year, they hosted an event. I think it was a Friday night. It was like Friday evening, and they had a packed house. It was so funny because I was like, Brad, I'm so excited that you're coming to Vegas. He's like, I'm gonna be there at this date, and it was literally the same time frame that I was in Boston for the SOLIDWORKS festival.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's like, if only I could have attended both. But yeah, it was cool to see pictures of it being a packed house. And yeah, shout out to the previous SWUG leader. Her name is Sylvia, and then of course Jose, because he does everything.
Yeah. Well, this year the Iron Swug's being done in the UK, so we're helping them host everything around the UK. So
I wish I knew how to ride a motorcycle, or I would love to join. Seriously.
I'm just driving in my car. They need someone to carry all their stuff.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Actually, can I actually share? Okay, can I share about my favorite moments from 3DX World?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm splitting it, and I'm saying moments with an S, and I'm splitting it because I want to share social ones. And I want to share some about the event itself. So okay, so for the event itself, I already mentioned the Houston Space Center. I thought that was sick. I thought I'm so glad you mentioned the Nashville special event where they shut down Broadway Street. That was amazing. We already kind of talked about DEI, but not this past year, but the year before, there was a keynote speaking about DEI in the return on it. And I just remember coming back and sending it to the Women in Tech group that I'm part of, right? And just feeling very, very inspired. I meant to look up the speaker, and hopefully we can drop a chat or a link later, maybe put it in the chat later. But I just thought that was amazing discussion. This past keynote speaker on day 3, talking about creative burnout and approaching burnout and how to slow it down and take it one step at a time. I thought that was really
Ingeniezy.
Okay. I really connected with that, and I don't know, just wanting to take it one step at a time. And again, that's an example of someone validating your experience. It's like, oh, I thought I was the only person going through this. It's like, oh no, not only is everyone kind of going through it, but this person has a platform to validate it. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
What I found fascinating, because I got to chat with him after he did his presentation, and just you've basically just described the ADHD brain. And I think that's why it resonated with so many people, because it's exactly the thought process for projects for people with ADHD.
Yeah, it's like both a superpower, but once again, to have it validated, it's at least for me, like gives me that space to like almost take a breath in of being like, like the world's not ending. I'm fine. We're all fine. But yeah, I really liked what he had to say about the event itself, the maker space. Oh my gosh. The makers area, seeing it get so big year after year after year. But again, that's where I met people like Chin Lu and Sal and had normal conversations, only to find out, only to see Chin Lu on the stage during the keynote later. Just like, that was such a cool and real experience. Yes, all of the classes about 30X World, they're my favorite. Like, I love growth, I love education, I love that. But what keeps me coming back has to be that makerspace community and how, I don't know, cool it is to do something tangible when you need a reset or to make those type of connections. That, as far as the conference goes, those are like some of my favorite moments.
It's a place to get your hands a bit dirty
Mm-hmm.
and make something it's not just, some free bit of plastic or stickers or that, which are still cool, but you get to customize something for yourself, make it yourself.
Yeah.
Make it more unique.
That's Luke and Karen, right? The resin.
Yeah, Luke and Karen, they do the resin casting. The leather work is Matt and Jesse. Jonny did the riveting stuff this year.
Yeah.
And then all the other stuff around it, kind of like cool makery stuff. I mean, having Wally running around with that little bot, and the leather work by I think it was British Pixie, I think her name was. Jade with her pottery stuff that she does was also
Jade.
incredible. And even though the Tetris block that they had there was really cool.
That I know. I was like, can I still add the Tetris block? Actually, I think one of the women I met at the Women in Tech event and later spoke to, I think her name is Ali or Alejandra, and she won, I think, best event or best group, SWUG group of the year.
Yeah, that was groups in Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, connecting the dots and seeing someone and then talking with her at the table. She has a robotics game that in order to take the little robot keychain, you had to get to level 20. I did not know that during the event. So I had grabbed the robot and like, oh, this is so cute, pretty. Later talked to her and was like, okay, I'm going to get to level 20. And on the airplane back, I was playing the robot game that she made or her group made. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, again, another reason where it's like, I leave feeling so inspired. I'm like, I want to do more. I want to create more. I want to innovate more, like all of that. So that was a really fun moment. A couple just short ones. I already talked about meeting Dan. There was meeting Brad, actually, I was kind of by myself looking at someone control the lighting during one of the special events. And Brad's walking over, like, Patty's like, what you looking at? You look interested. And we just and it turns out he does that along with a ton of other things like fireworks and stuff. So just solo meeting people here and there, and then it kind of coming together, like all of the community is that cool. And then the last one, so it was actually Karen. So it was maybe my fourth or third year that Karen and Luke, and we were walking past each other, and I was excited to see her, but I didn't exactly know her name at that time, and I don't think she knew my name, but and I was just like, I'm just gonna play it cool. And she stopped and was like, oh my gosh, and gave me a hug. And something about that is, I think that was one of the other first sparks of, oh my gosh, this is such a cool community to just this is what feels like a professional setting, but it's oh, there's space to be human. And I don't know. That was just a really fun moment too.
Do you want to hear a little story of how small the world can be?
Yes. Absolutely.
So I met Luke many, many years ago at a Comic-Con here in London. He was making props. I was making props. we're connected, and he was telling me about his wife is South African, and we're kind of like nerding out about South Africans. It was only until a couple of years later where we all met up in Houston. No, it was Dallas, and Karen had come over with Luke. So that was the first time I finally met Karen and started chatting with her. Fun fact, whenever Karen hangs out with me a lot, her South African accent comes out more and more. So I always try and get it out with her. But so we were sitting there discussing kind of where we're from in South Africa, and we're kind of like, oh, we're kind of from the same town kind of area. I was kind of next door town, and then slowly we started to figure out that my brother went to the same school as Karen. Here we are on the other side of the world meeting each other for the first time, and
that's so funny. That's just, the world is small. Like, yeah, absolutely. And I think community, the theme of what I feel like we've talked about here is how community is important, right? Like how it fills you up, or like it refuels you. You leave with greater spirits. You help troubleshoot things for other people in return. And I just remember being like, specifically about the SOLIDWORKS community, I'm like, why do they like me? Like, why are they being so nice to me? Like, I've got nothing to return in favor. But I mean, one, that's probably some self-detriment talk. But two, I think that like kind of shows how beautiful community can be.
I think we just thrive off energy, and you give that that positive, fun energy. I mean, it's the same way like Mackenzie this year as well with her long badge. Just being so enthusiastic, everybody were like, I want to get involved as well, and I ended up getting like massive long badges as well.
Start the competition.
It's just that energy, and like I said, getting to connect and find out what everybody does outside of 3D Experience World, outside of this community. Like we always say, I might not know how to solve the problem, but I know a guy that, or a woman, or anybody that can solve that problem for you. There's always someone to connect with. You know, as Ed says, you are future. Keep bringing it.
Wow, that's really kind. What'd you say, Johnny?
I said Ed the motivator.
Oh.
He's wasted in the world of engineering, is our Ed.
Oh man.
When it comes to beer, he knows everything.
He's got a hell of a knack of a good beer. He knows where to find one.
Well, thank you for the very kind comment. That's really nice.
What would be a good tip that you would give a first timer for 3D Experience World?
Okay, this is my hack that I'm using for the next chance I get to go, which is hopefully next year. Because the replays have been what seems like ironed out, very well done, especially last year, I am going in with the intention to do more hands-on classes, if you will, and spend a little bit more time in the playground while balancing taking my notes and applying what I learned there. But it's like kind of knowing that I have this resource to actually put into practice on my computer in my comfort zone, like at home. And what the community returns of me being there present, so in the playground and doing hands-on sessions, that is my goal for next year. But for someone who's never attended before, honestly, I think you get a great overall look at not only the community, but the software, at the tips and tricks. Like, don't ever miss the tips and tricks session. I think that one, you have to go to the tips and tricks. And be prepared to be prepared that this conference is not just the classes you're attending. It's the after. It's the going to the VARs. It's going to the special event. It's if there's a group of people maybe trying to go to those after, hotel lobby chat sessions. Definitely those.
Yeah, I mean, you can sleep on the plane home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I guess the other part of that is, refill your social battery too. I think honestly, the last day I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone for another week, but I really appreciate, I really want to.
You just want to go sit in a dark room and dissociate.
And like, oh, I've been wanting to design this. Like, let me design it right now.
Yeah. So you sent me this little list of things of you, and I see one of them there. You got your CSWP.
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning to get your CSWE and further that?
Yes. Yes. I hate how long I've been saying I want my CSWE. Definitely have had a couple sit downs with sit downs with my license of solid professor, going through surfacing sheet metal. I just need to sit down and take the test, but definitely, and yeah, I need to get that ribbon for my badge, if only, if that's the only reason. Just kidding.
Well, I've had my CSWP for 10 years, and only this year I started doing the other exams. So there's no hurry in that.
I know. I just need to do it, but I definitely want it. I definitely want it, and also to use some skills I don't always use on the day-to-day. Like I definitely use sheet metal. I definitely use surfacing. I don't use weldment, but it's nice to have that experience, right? Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah. I did the surfacing first. That was super easy because I do a lot of surfacing with my. You would hate the way that I design, but just the way I create and design things is just chaos. And then sheet metal purely because I did a lot of that in university with cardboard designs. Weldment scares me because it's a bit confusing, and I want to do mold tools as well because I work in plastics.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. I think. Wait, we need to have 5 of 6, right?
4.
4 of 6. Okay, I think I had decided it was going to. I think I was actually going to skip out on the weldments, maybe. Surfacing, sheet metal, mold making or mold design.
Mold tools, yeah.
And then drawings.
Yeah, that was another one that baffled me because I don't have. I don't have Excel on my computer, so it like plugs in very nicely to Excel, but not Google Sheets. So when it came to doing the surface one, and I had to do the gauges, I had to basically create a table. I literally just, instead of using the table given, I just built a brand new one and did all the calculations myself.
Oh, wow.
And I still passed, so I feel like I'm smart.
Yes. Okay, we gotta be accountability buddies and get this CSWE.
Try and get there. I mean, sheet metal should be easy enough for you if you're doing that already, and plastic injection.
Yeah. I think I've been using SOLIDWORKS for 11 years, but it was the first time I ever saw it or touched it was in college. So yeah, when I first heard of a 3D printer, I thought that was, I had seen videos on Facebook about like layered paper sculptures. I was like, maybe that's what a 3D printer is, only to then get completely obsessed with it like 2 months later. Oh, actually, I should have sent you a picture of my very first 3D prints.
You can send it in the meantime.
Okay, it was, I guess I'll just show it to you. Or I'll just
you can share your screen if you'd like to as well.
Can I drop it in the chat? Now let me send it over to LinkedIn. Did I send it? Okay. These were gifts for my younger brothers. Did you get it?
Yes, I'm just loading it up.
Yeah. So definitely love Pokemon and Legend of Zelda.
Hell yeah.
Both were both were gifts from my younger brothers at the times. But those top two pictures are my first prints ever. And then as it was involved in the student advisor group for my club. And every year, and Rudy has probably talked to you about this. If he hasn't, I'd be surprised. But every year in the fall semester, we would design a toy. It was usually a vehicle. And the spring semester, we would make like 200 wooden. They're all made out of wood. So the students self-designed, and then the students self-made. We sold those, and then those provided the money for our spring trip. But yeah, it was really fun to be able to apply the prototype aspect of what 3D printing is. I guess I could have sent you another screenshot of like how I use 3D printing now. This will be kind of bad, but of course.
I need to get more filament.
You run out again?
Yeah. I'm printing a big thing.
What are you printing this? Oh, yeah, I've seen you.
My rocket launcher.
Ooh. That sounds fun. Well, I did a good job not trying to interview you all, but like, can I ask?
Oh no, throw questions. We love it.
Yeah. What exactly inspires you? Okay, so you said you've been a leader for 10 years. You both do the core podcast. Oh, just real quick, deviate. This is what I use 3D printing for today. So you can see beautiful cinema machine with white plastic printed parts. We had to swap out parts and put new ones in. So they got to use that. And then in the middle picture, that's a card reader for a bar top machine. And that's like kind of showing the evolution of where it started to where it ended up with, and that last part being casted material. The ornament that says grandma, my grandmother passed away, and I made this simple design in X Design as like a token for my family members, and we all have the same ornament, and we actually put one with her in the ground. And just going through the design process of doing that was very healing for me, like, you know, in connecting with my cousins and stuff. So yeah, that was that's kind of how I use 3D printing today. But back to my original question about you guys.
Yeah.
So what is keeping you showing up for your SWUG group and this podcast as often as you guys do it?
Lots of things. So I met Kirby at the last SOLIDWORKS World, Kirby. Or did the name change the year after that?
It was that was the last one.
Yeah, so me and Kirby literally met at like OG SOLIDWORKS World. We didn't know each other before. We went a year without talking, basically. We met at the airport going to 3D Experience World. So we do, well, for me, it's a way to keep in touch with Kirby between worlds or SWUG and stuff. And in terms of like the SOLIDWORKS stuff, I think we all learn every day, and we should always be looking to teach. So regardless of how many meetings you do a year or a month or whatever, it's all about inspiring the next generation. So for me, work-wise, I have a team of like junior apprentice engineers, you know, going through college on day release, day a week, and inspiring them for when I'm not around to have that passion and inspire the next and the next and the next.
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Well,
Cheers, Kirby.
I guess so you're a teacher? Is that what I understood?
No, I'm an engineer manager. I just have,
you have apprentices.
Yeah, apprentices, which is like junior engineer. So they learn through like formal teaching while they're on the job.
Okay. And they are involved with your SWUG group?
And yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing.
So Kirby's coming up for the first stop on Iron SWUG Cross Euro SWUG. And they'll all be there and they'll all be taking part, and they'll be doing part of the shop floor tour when Kirby and the team come up. They don't know it yet, but they'll find out.
Mike, one question to you. Do you feel passionate about doing this for the young engineers because maybe you didn't have that like platform as you were going up, or?
No, like, I don't know, what, 15, nearly 20 years ago, there wasn't that in the UK. Kirby obviously took over the London group 10 years ago. I'll be honest, the Northeast group that I run's not that active. We struggle in the UK to get people through the, to actually turn up to stuff. The world since COVID is so virtual that if I can inspire all of my team to at least turn up to stuff and want to maybe do it in the future when I get, too busy too, then it helps that continued growth. But yeah, it wasn't there when I was at that age.
I can resonate to that. And what about you, Kirby?
I just enjoy talking a lot.
That's awesome. But connecting with people, like,
yes, it's connecting with people, trying to help people that have a problem or trying to solve a problem. It's that problem solving side of me. I want to help them solve that problem and find that person. Similar to what you were saying, I've been given some awesome opportunities thanks to SOLIDWORKS, and I want to share those opportunities with other people that I feel like also deserve to be a part of this. I'll use the analogy, when I used to do a lot of prop making, I'll make YouTube videos on how to make everything that I made. And I'll get people commenting, oh, make this prop next. What I used to say to people is, use these design tools and these printers. You can watch some of these videos to learn how to design and do it yourself. I'd rather help and mentor them to learn how to do it themselves versus just saying them, well, it'll be $200 if you want to make it, if you want me to make it for you.
Yeah.
So, doing this podcast, we get to, most of the audience is people that go to the event already.
Yeah.
So sharing your story with all of these people as well. Also recording as much as we can at the conference so that, there's so much going on. You might have missed something. Hopefully we've captured that for people that might have missed it, not been there, and then leading up to the next one, people can then watch that content to be like, to see what to expect at the event. And for
that's good.
Yeah. And for the user group network, I just like to connect people, share in some cool SOLIDWORKS tips and tricks. I mean, I learned about the S key.
From me.
Yeah.
He claimed to fame. That's amazing.
So like, doing these tips and tricks. I mean, I might not use SOLIDWORKS daily, but if I can bring a presentation to someone that is using it daily, that increases their workflow, allows them to work faster or better.
Yeah,
I've done my job, well, and that's why I'm if one person turns up to my meeting and that person's walked away with something that they've learned, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. I definitely am so interested in so many things all the time. And the one thing I'm interested in is, the 7 things I'm most interested in or what I'm most passionate about. And going back to remembering your why, like why you're doing this, why you're spending your time and energy when you could be chilling or family time, whatever, like going back to your why is really important. And I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it was really refreshing to see that you guys had that kind of ready to go. And I think that tells me that it's genuine. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. It's awesome. Very inspiring.
I mean, my wife always complains that I'm never relaxing, but I'm like, this is relaxing. This is, my brain's busy.
Yeah. I think, like this group, like it for me, like reminds me the fun of what we're doing, the fun of designing, the fun of 3D printing, when sometimes it can really, even the fun at my job, like I had to like bring in some of that fun spirit energy to my daily work. So I didn't mean to take a tangent there, but bringing the fun. Yeah.
It's always welcomed. It's always welcome to take a dig.
We love a tangent, don't we, Kirby?
Yeah, I mean, we're always asking people about them. Not often people ask us about us. So it's always great for us to share our story.
If you guys ever want to be interviewed on your own core podcast. I love asking questions. I'm secretly trying to learn the secret life codes from the people who are actively doing it. So
always happy to give advice.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so secret with you guys.
Nah, it's not trade secrets here.
No.
You both say in unison, nah.
There's not. We're just two clowns, basically. That's how it all started, wasn't it, Kirby?
Yeah, pretty much. Just
so cool.
Honestly, go back to like the first videos we do. We used to make Lego models and wooden models while we were half drunk, and it would all go wrong, and it was just comedy gold.
Yeah,
still is to some of the time.
Oh my gosh.
So, I think what could be a great way to wrap this up is you sent me this collage.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Take us through this, because I feel like there's stories here.
Oh yeah. Okay. So when I've given my swag presentations, of course, a lot of the people there don't know who I am at all. And I'm a very picture-oriented person. I think I take a picture of something every single day. I kind of split it in half. The first half is kind of like, so what I do at my swag meetings is I flash this up and I'm like, can anyone guess what I do? And I had to mix in a lot of my personal stuff because once again, I like to introduce myself as a creative person, not like a mechanical engineer. But yeah, so the top picture is the first slot machine I've ever participated on making. This is called the Cinema Machine. That I am 6 foot, so I think that in total is 10 feet tall. It has, I think it's, gosh, for when you're a player sitting at the screen, I think you're at least 6 feet away from the screen. So this was kind of inspired off of the Pac-Man games. When you go to an arcade machine, there's like the deck and you're standing 4 feet away from the screen and the screen is huge. So that was the first one. I worked on to the next side, there's a bar and a bar top machine. And this was the released event of putting that curved monitor on there with a new PMM housing that you can't really see. It's kind of in the back. It has a little tiny screen. But that was a really just fun kind of event, kind of fun achievement. There's a picture of my grandfather, who I call Papa. He's passed, but it's funny because we're Italian, we're from Chicago. He used to go to Vegas all the time. And he won a lump sum of money when he was in Vegas to start his business in Chicago for repairing like refrigerators and like ovens. So I always thought that was kind of cool. Lo and behold, I never planned to go to Las Vegas, but I kind of ended up here. Well, ended up isn't the right word. I got here. And yeah, so it's just kind of funny because I don't know, he was really involved. But
that's
on
cool.
the second part, the lower half, that's like kind of who I really am. I love, oh my gosh, how many times am I going to say community? But I love community. I love taking group photos too. So as I've lived here in Vegas, I got really into hiking and getting involved with a triathlon group and swimming in Lake Mead. The picture in the 3D Experience Lab was at the Boston SWUG, and there was like a hands-on making tool organizer holder there, and I don't know, it was just fun to be there. I collect board games. I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment for several years, and my closet space was dedicated to my like 70 board games. Very irresponsible, but very fun. No regrets. Any
like
questions? Because I could keep rolling.
Well, I see there's a sleep token
Yes.
picture there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, full circle, because that's where I went up to you and I was like, do you like Sleep Token? Yeah, that my favorite concert I've ever been to. And I am sad that I'm not there at this moment.
Yeah, we saw the start of Sleep Token. just to kind of get our eyes on it and that. But it's not our favorite. It's okay.
Yeah. Wait, you're not talking about this past weekend, right?
No, they didn't play this past weekend.
Okay. I was going to be distraught if they were there, and I didn't know.
Yeah, it was System and Korn were the two big.
Oh, yeah.
So we missed Korn to go watch Danny Elfman.
Oh.
Oh, was that the decision you guys made in the end?
Yeah. Well, we've seen Korn like 3 or 4 times.
That's fair.
We left early halfway through System because we were just knackered. But we'd seen System before again, so it was kind of really good. We're mostly there for Bring Me the Horizon and Evanescence.
Ooh, okay. I've seen Bring Me the Horizon when we were young, and I really enjoyed Evanescence. I didn't know was there.
Yeah. It was good fun. No,
yeah.
I think this is a great place to wrap this all up.
Thank you.
It's been absolutely amazing chatting with you. And kind of hearing your story, where you come from. Oh, well, Sarah just said there, Luke and Karen absolutely love Sleep Token.
Oh my gosh, the obsessions are real, but I think I knew that. I think if I recall, I think that was one of the conversations we had after the SWUG leader dinner. Oh, it just makes me so happy.
Which is good.
Yes. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you for, the tangents and all.
I call them side quests.
Side quests. Kirby loves the side quest.
Yeah, I'm all over them. I've posted your LinkedIn. If anyone wants to go and connect, chat, and talk about slot machines or Sleep Token.
Please. Just kidding. Oh, gosh. That's awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the kind comments, too. That's really nice. It was very inspiring. Oh, my gosh. There's so many.
You're more than welcome, and I'm glad you've enjoyed this and had a great time. It's been great hearing your stories and that.
Thank you.
And Kirby, thank you for potentially helping Kirby win $60 from $4.
Yeah, potentially.
It was a small reimbursement from his probably expensive Vegas trip.
Maybe 2 drinks. 2 drinks on me, Kirby.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe. Yes, we were talking earlier about how expensive Vegas is, and it really is.
Yeah, dude, I paid $36 for an old-fashioned.
Yep, Vegas.
Okay.
Listen, when you come back, you have to go off strip. Lake Mead, the Red Rocks, hiking, just the gorgeous views. That is my favorite part about Vegas.
We did do a road trip to Grand Canyon West.
Oh.
For the day.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. Dry. Hopefully
yes.
You're hydrated.
It was hot, and I got a convertible, so.
Oh. Yes.
And there was nothing more. It was it ended up being a bit windy later in the day, and there was nothing more exciting than seeing a tumbleweed roll by.
Okay. That's Arizona. You got to see Arizona, but the Red Rocks, Lake Mead, I'll take you kayaking.
Excellent. They'll help cure the hangover from Metallica.
Yes, stay hydrated. But anyways, thank you so much. I really appreciate the platform as well. So yeah, if anyone has any questions or any further questions or any ideas, feel free to reach out to me. Open passage, and kind of like what Kirby was saying, like troubleshooting is fun because if I don't know how to fix it, I kind of know a lot of people now. I'm like, oh yeah, this person might be geared to help you. So yeah.
So if my slot machine isn't working, I can call you.
The final thing I'll say is what I tell every Uber driver when they ask me what I do and they hear that it's slot machines. You stand up, you spin around, and you tap the button with your nose. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I would have totally done it.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Sit there in the Weatherspoons.
And then I always follow up with I literally don't know how the games work, but it is literally my job to make sure that you can't like break into it. And that's the only advice I'd be able to give, but I literally design it so that you can't break into it. So
challenge accepted.
I can't help anything. I can't help anyone.
Challenge accepted.
Please don't. Please don't. Oh my gosh.
I saw some videos. Yeah. All right. You get to watch me try and attempt our social media now.
This is always a great fun occasion.
I've posted your LinkedIn there in the chat, so if anyone wants to follow that, I'll put it in the description as well. If you want to follow me, I'm at KJ Designs 365.
At JH_product engineering.
If you want to follow us and see when we go live next, it's at thecorepodcast.contact. On Facebook, it's the Core Podcast, where the O is a 0. And then on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, it's at the Core Podcast.
Done well.
Crushed it.
We still use Twitter as well. We're not giving up on that hill.
I can't be asked to change
the logo. I don't blame you, dude.
That overlay.
It's awesome. It looks so good.
Excellent. But thank you very much for joining us, and thank you everybody that's chimed in the chat. It's been a great one.
Been a nice one.
Excellent. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.